Good day, friends. It is me, HLModTech, and I am back with another awesome lesson in SketchUp. Today, friends, we're going to make an organizer we can cut out on a laser cutter. So let's get cracking. So, of course, friends, the first step is to launch SketchUp. It is in the browser. There is a link in the description if you've never used it before. The second step is to make sure you choose decimal millimeters. Everything is going to be based on this, so if you mess that up, you'll mess everything up. Click delete on the dude, and let's click on this, save it in the projects, and I'm going to tell you that we're going to call it Free Kia, and I'm going to put a 2 after mine because I've already built it once. I just messed up one little piece. Friends, remember when you build in SketchUp, you're going to watch this video and you're going to have to go back and forth between it. Always click this tab so that the shortcuts work where you want, otherwise they'll work in the video. The first shortcut we're going to use is R for rectangle, and I want you to type 120, 120 and press enter. If you do Shift Z, it'll zoom. We'll do O for orbit, and we can look at it from the top. This is going to be the base of our organizer, and we're going to make it out of cardboard. The cardboard will be 4 millimeters thick, and we're going to cut holes in this for notches so that we can put it all together and give it a little bit of glue when we're done. Friends, the next tool we're going to use is T for tape measure. We're going to stretch across the red axis, and I want you to type 20 and press enter. It gives us this little dot. I want you to move out along the green axis with that same tape measure, and this time we're going to press 4 and enter. Switch to R for rectangle, and we are going to make a rectangle that is 20, 4 and press enter. This will be where the first tab is. Go back to your tape measure, go from that end point, we're going to type 40 and press enter, and this will be where the second rectangle starts. So R for rectangle. Once again, I'm going to say this again and again, click and let go, type 20, 4 and press enter. You will see that lines up absolutely awesome for our tabs. Friends, we're going to put those same tabs in the back. Once again, you'll note I'm clicking the tab, hitting T for tape measure. You can see by the icon it's switched. I'm typing 20 and press enter. I'm going to do T for tape measure. I'm coming out along the green axis, 4 and press enter. Spacebar, double click. Hold down Shift, double click. So we've just grabbed both rectangles. We're going to do M for move, and when you start dragging, it moves away. If you touch control, it leaves the original, and boom, you can snap your other pair back to the guide point. I'm going to do O for orbit. We're going to zoom in, and you can see those perfectly landed right where we want. So life's good. Of course, if you make a mistake, just do undo, go back, and redo until you have those perfectly placed. Friends, we're going to build those same things on this side. You'll notice I'm clicking the tab, T for tape measure. We're doing our 20 along the green axis. We're doing our 4 to come out along the red axis. R for rectangle, and we are making a 20, 4 again. T for tape measure, push that out. We're going 40 forward. R for rectangle, and once again 20, 4 and press enter. We want to come to this side, T for tape measure. We want to make sure we're moving down that axis 20. We want to do 4 along the red axis, and then we want to do spacebar, double click. Notice I missed, so I'll click somewhere else, double click in the middle, hold down Shift, double click, M for move. Remember, when you start moving, it's just moving it. If you tap control, it's making a copy, and then we can zoom that across and click it right on that guide point. Friends, you've just finished your base. Well done. Let's make sure we hit that save button so we don't lose it. Remember, SketchUp does save to the cloud, but you do also have to remember to hit that save button. Friends, it is time to make the sides. Once again, we're going to do tape measure. We're going to come down to the corner here, click on it, and we're going to move out 5 millimeters. We want these all aligned so that we use our cardboard wisely. We're going to do R for rectangle. It is going to be the exact same length, so it's going to be 120, but it's only going to be 90 high. Once again, friends, we are going to do T for tape measure. Make sure you click your tab as you move through these, and we're going to move down this side 40. So we've got a corner, and we've got this little 40 point. We're going to do L for line, and we're going to connect them. If you do E for erase, we're going to slice this off, and this will be the top edge of our design. I'm going to get rid of that because we don't need it anymore. If you want to double check, you can hit the dimensions, because we do always want to keep this accurate. This was supposed to be 50, and I stuck the landing. I'm going to do Control Z and get rid of that. Now we need to make these little tabs for this. We're going to do them just like this. T for tape measure. Click on this bottom corner, make sure we're along the green axis, and remember we moved 20 out. We're going to do R for rectangle. Make sure you've got the right kind of rectangle. I had to tap Control the switch, and we're going to type 20, 4 and press enter. T for tape measure. Remember the gap between these, we stretched the green line, it was 40, and then once again we're going to do R for rectangle, and from this corner it is 20, 4. Notice it took me a second to get it to understand where I was heading. I just kept moving out that way till it was. There's my 20, 4, and I can hit E for erase to get rid of that line. Friends, this is the design that's going to be standing in these holes. We do need to cut in a middle divider for what we're going to create. I'm going to do that after we get the divider built though, because I think it'll make more sense. Friends, let's real quickly build the front, and we're going to build it super smart. Notice there will be a piece of cardboard here, this piece standing up, so it'll only fit from this side to this side. Let's check that measurement by doing the dimension tool. It is going to be from this corner to this corner, so we click once, click twice. It'll be 104 millimeters. Now if we hit T for tape measure, and we know that this is 20, I want to move out 30 for where I'm going to build this rectangle. This will give me room to add the tabs that sit in these holes, and it's a really good visual clue for how our project's going to look. R for rectangle. Click on this spot, and I want to stretch it out. It's going to be 104, 50, and press enter. That is the awesome design. Now the other neat thing about this is we can make our tabs from these same spots too. Friends, I'm going to do T for tape measure, and I just want to connect from there to there, and I want to connect from there to there. Then I can do R for rectangle, and from this edge, notice it says intersection. I'm going to zoom in so we can see this better. We are doing a 20, 4 and press enter. And then from this spot, I am also doing a 20, 4, press enter. E for erase. And we have just built the front of our organizer. How slick is that? Friends, we need to move this same thing to the back. Let's start by making sure we click our tab, do the spacebar, and let's double click so we've got it all selected. Do your M for move, and we want this corner. And when you start moving it, notice I let go and tap Control, so it's making a copy, and I'm going to set it a ways away. Now the reason we're doing that is because this has to be longer. If we do T for tape measure, we need to make this back 180, so I'm going to type 80 and press enter. And then I'm going to do R for rectangle, and from this spot we're going to go 104, 30. 104, 30, press enter, it connects. Spacebar, we can click on this line and hit delete, and now we have got our front and our back made. We just need a middle. We're going to do that by double clicking, doing M for move, grabbing this edge, tapping Control, and just slide it past the other so there's a little gap. Friends, it's time to add the tabs so these can stand up. We're going to do this by doing T for tape measure, making sure we're at the bottom. We're going to click on that corner, follow the green line, and we're going to raise it up 10. We're going to hit R for rectangle, and of course we are going to make a 4 by 20. Going out this way, notice I made it look a lot larger. Let's do 4, 20, and press enter. Notice that went the wrong way, so I'm going to do Control Z, and I'm going to do it again. Notice when you do it again, it's in the wrong kind, so we're going to tap Control, and this time I'm going to type 20, 4 when it's blue, and that, my friends, is how our tab is going to look. I'm going to use the T for tape. I'm going to go right over to the other side, type my 10 and press enter, do my R for rectangle. Let's click on that corner, and once again, we're going to type 20, 4 and press enter, and those tabs are built. Same trick right here. Once again, click that corner, do your 10 and press enter. I'm going to go over here and do my 10 and press enter as well. R for rectangle, 20, 4, and R for rectangle, and 20, 4. Remember, you've got to be precise for this to work. Let's erase these real quick. Pop, 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 pop. If you left those lines, it would be a problem because when it laser cut, they would be gone. all the way back to this end. Once again, do the 10 and press enter. I'm going to stay in the T tool, 10 and press enter. I can do my R for rectangle. Even though I'm so far away, I can still see what I'm doing and do the 20, 4. They are exactly what we want. And over here, I'm also going to do 20, 4 and press enter. And let's zoom down to that with our scroll wheel. Remember, you can do O to orbit so you can get a better look. This needs 2 tabs. So we're going to do T for tape measure again. Let's go up 20 more and do another rectangle that is also 20, 4. Notice I lay it out so that it shows up so it's supposed to. I'll go over to that other side. Once again, do the 20 and press enter. And the rectangle. And do 20, 4. So friends, I'm giving you all the numbers on this one. But hopefully you start to figure out how it works. So later, if you want to make your own custom one, you can. E for erase and get rid of those middle lines. I'm going to hit spacebar so it knows I only want the little pieces. If you ever make a mistake, don't forget there's the undo button right there. Erase, 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 erase. Alrighty friends, it's time to add the notches for these sides on this piece. I want you to hit T for tape measure. I need you to understand that even though this is facing the wrong way, that is the bottom. Remember, we moved these up 10. So I'm following the red and typing 10. And then we need to move in 8. Or you could have done 4, but we're going to do 8. And then we're going to do R for rectangle. And then we need to make that notch. I'm going to zoom in so you can see this better. Our notch is going to be 20, 4 and press enter. That is where that little piece is going to push in. Back here, we're going to also do T for tape measure. We're going to come up 10 and press enter. We're going to hit T for tape measure. And from this side, I'm only going to move 4 because when I do my R for rectangle, I'm going to move away from that shape and I'm going to type my 20, 4. And you'll see that that lines up just like we're supposed to. Now remember, we had a second notch. So we're going to do T for tape measure. We're going to move up from here 20. And then we're going to do R for rectangle. And from this spot, we're going to do our 20, 4 as well. When you do spacebar, we're going to delete those insides. And hopefully you can see how those are all going to connect. Friends, we put in a middle divider here. We need to make the holes for it. Once again, friends, make sure you hit your tab. We're going to do T for tape measure. And we're going to move this one out 60 and press enter. We're going to do T for tape measure and we're going to move up the red axis. And you need to put in the 10 for how high that goes. Once again, we're going to do R for rectangle. And we need to make a 20, 4 rectangle. And press enter. Spacebar and delete that piece. Because this is 60 along this way, notice these connect. We need to also go down here, do T for tape measure, type in our 60 and press enter. We need to move along the green axis, type in our 60 and press enter. We need to come in, and these need to come in this far. Remember, that was 20 in, so we type 20 and press enter. And then once again, we're doing that R for rectangle, 20, 4, and press enter. And then from this spot, T for tape measure, we're going to go over 40 on the red axis. And once again, we can hit R for rectangle, and we are making another 20, 4, and press enter. So now this piece will slide right in here. We just need to delete the holes, delete, delete, just like that. Friends, this is going to be the fanciest of them all. Friends, it is time to add the hole for the center divider. This is going to be super slick. I need you to hit T for tape measure, find the midpoint. You'll notice that shows it cyan. I want you to type 20 and press enter. We're going to do R for rectangle, but we need to switch to the other kind of rectangle by doing Control, click on the middle, and we're going to do a 20, 4 and press enter. Friends, what that did was it gave us the exact 10 we need that we've been using for all of our tabs. We can now hit spacebar, delete the middle, and we can go from right to left and get rid of that guideline as it is now ready for action. We need to do the same thing. T for tape measure. Come back to the midpoint of the back. We're going to move 20 up and we're going to press enter. We're going to do R for rectangle. and we're going to go from that midpoint to that line, but then we got to tap control, so we're doing the around the edge one, and we're going to type 20 comma 4 and press enter. I typed it the wrong way, so I'm going to do control Z. I'm going to try this one more time from the midpoint on the line, switch to control, and then I want to make sure I do a 20 comma 4 and press enter. Those are going to be lined up perfectly, so now we can hit spacebar, delete that chunk, and delete that chunk, and we are ready to make that little divider piece. Just so you understand how this is going to work, it is going to connect from back here to back here. So I'm going to click on the dimensions real quick, and I'm going to get that measurement. So from this corner to this corner is 52. So that's how wide this rectangle is going to have to be. I'm going to build it right there. It's also going to be this height minus 4. So instead of 90, it's going to be 86. I'm going to do T for tape measure. Let's move 15 out here so we have room. I'm going to do R for rectangle. And we want to take that rectangle, and like I said a moment ago, we're going to make it 86, comma, 52, and press enter. Now it'll stand right in the middle of this and connect to these two holes. Let's go back to that dimension tool and see how high those holes end up being. So we're going to go from this corner to this end point. It's 10 millimeters, which is perfect. So now, friends, I'm going to do T for tape measure. And I'm just going to go 10 up, and I'm going to do R for rectangle, and I'm going to make a 20 comma 4 out here. I am going to do a 20 comma 4, making sure I'm aimed the right way. And then on this side, I also need T for tape measure, 10 up, R for rectangle, a 20 comma 4. Let's do the E for erase. I'm going to get rid of those middles so the laser doesn't slice them when it comes time to laser cut. I'm going to do T for tape measure, and I'm going to move down 25. I'm just guessing that this is going to look cool. Then I'm going to do L for line. I'm going to connect that, and we're going to erase it so it matches the other part we built. I think this will turn out pretty cool beside this part. Friends, it is done. The last thing we need to do is spacebar. Double click this, M for move, and we need a copy. When you tap control, we can set it out there. The one thing I'm going to tell you is we want to flip it and set it just past the other one. Friends, the final step is pretty amazing. When you cut with cardboard, there's markings on one side, so it's nice to have these flip and do opposite. Watch this. If you double click, so you've got it all selected, you can right click and do flip along, and we want to flip along the green selection. So that way, if we've got the clean side up when we laser cut, it will turn out perfect. Alright friends, so this has all come together except I messed up this hole. It needs to be down here by the tabs. Let me show you how easy this is to fix though. We're going to simply move this down to the same 10 millimeter mark down here. So let's do T for tape measure. I'm going to go to the center point. I'll move that tape measure out and type 10 and press enter. Then we can do spacebar. So I'm just going to select this shape. Notice if you go the wrong direction. So if I go this way, it grabs everything. I want to make sure I go from the left to the right on my screen, so then I can grab the M and I can move this down and set it right on that line. It stayed lined up, everything is groovy, and now this part is ready for us to send to our laser cutter. Now there's two steps to doing this. The first step is we're going to press P for push-pull. Pick whatever shape you want to start first with and double-click it. P for push-pull, and we're going to lift it up 4 millimeters. Now this lets me show you another cool feature. When I grab the next shape, if I touch the face of the first shape, it stretches to that exact same height. So we're making these all 4 millimeters high. It's that easy to get them set so that we can bring them to our second program. SketchUp will not let me for free export as an SVG, so I've got a solution for that. First, I'm going to hit save. That way our project is built. Do double check that you did all the 4 millimeter nudges or the next piece doesn't work. Then, friends, we simply click download, and we want an STL. It exports that project, and we're going to go to my second favorite tool, Tinkercad, to turn it into a laser cuttable file. So friends, if you have not used Tinkercad before, simply choose sign in with Google, and then we are going to create a new design. Friends, when you open Tinkercad, I want to set it for my laser cutters. So I'm going to do edit grid. I want it to be 480, which is the size of my Glowforge, by 280. And I did note that I have to backspace to make that happen. When I hit update grid, that's how large the bed is, and it also fits my other laser cutters too. Now the tool that is epic is we can import a shape. Let's bring in our free Kia, keep the measurements because that's the point of doing all that measuring. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees so it fits. And that, my friends, is ready to be sent to the laser cutter. Now we can hit export, and instead of an STL, we're going to do laser cutting as an SVG. I always put mine in my STL folder. I'm going to change it to a better name. So this is my free Kia. And I'm going to run up to the laser cutter and cut it out. Alright everybody, so here it is, the finished product. As you can see, it snaps together like a champ. Threw a little bit of glue in there, and I think it turned out absolutely awesome. Since I'm going to use this in the classroom, there will be a second video that shows you how to set it up for the Glowforge and the Orion laser cutter, and also there will be an assembly video. I hope you guys found it useful, and I hope you see how these tabs and holes can be used to build just about anything. Friends, if you did enjoy the video, please make sure you give it a like. Please also hit that share button so more people can learn about SketchUp made simple. Of course, if you got a question, comment, or suggestion, add it down below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, and last but not least, hit that notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from me, HLModTech. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.